right, the time is 10 o'clock and we have quorum, so I would like to call the meeting to order. Let's please start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have roll call, please?
Members Donald Klostermeyer. Here. Member Kristen Mann.
Here.
Member Vijay Suri.
Here.
Member Barbara Smith.
Here.
Member Leslie Denny.
Here.
Member Jamie Festa-Daigle. Thank you.
Agenda item number 4.1, approve the January 26, 2023 Community Resource Coalition meeting minutes.
Motion to approve it.
Yeah.
Second it.
I'll go ahead and take a vote on that. Donald Klostermeyer. Kristen Mann.
Yes.
Vijay Suri.
Yes.
Barbara Smith.
Yes.
Leslie Denny.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Agenda item number 5, call to the public. We will now have an open call to the public for citizens wishing to address the coalition on issues within the jurisdiction of the board. Your comments must be limited to 3 minutes or less. If you wish to address an item already on today's agenda, you should wait until that item is announced for a public hearing. At the conclusion of the open call to the public, individual members of the coalition may respond to criticism made by those who address the coalition. May ask staff to review a matter or may ask that a matter be placed on a future agenda. However, coalition members cannot discuss or take legal action on matters not already on the agenda. Have we received any calls to the public? None. Okay, thank you. Moving on to agenda item 6, communications, announcements, and staff reports.
None.
Okay, thank you. Agenda item number 7.1, discussion and possible action regarding the review and scoring of the Lake Havasu City Community Resource ARPA applications and to make funding recommendations to City Council. Okay, would staff like to share anything with us?
The members the organizations that we asked to resubmit a budget, they sent those in and they were sent to you guys to review. And then in the packet today is just what they submitted, the amounts that they submitted.
Okay. So currently we have an application from My Kid Mentally Ill Kids in Distress with a revised budget submitted of $130,168. Has the coalition members had a chance to review the explanation and the updated budget?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any questions about this budget?
I have a question. This is Kristen. I guess my question is, if we're still overlapping, we had asked them to go and really narrow it down to focus on Lake Havasu only. But if we do think that these are the same services as the school district uses, is the only area that's not overlapping the 0 to 5-year-olds.
Does we have a representative from My Kid who's approaching the microphone?
Yes.
Could you please state your name?
James Beecher with My Kid, and to kind of address Dr. Mann's question, we'll start with the services provided by the school. The curriculum is completely different that's being offered at the school. They're utilizing Love and Logic. We want to utilize Active Parenting. It's what we use as an agency. And when you do the research on between Active Parenting and Love and Logic, the evidence-based research, there's a scientific rating for active parenting, and there's also a no rating for the Love and Logic. There's not enough evidence at this. Not to say that it's not a good program, just there's not enough evidence that it's showing promise or something like that. So the other issue is that over 40% of DCS removals from the home occur between birth and 5 years old. So you have a lot of kids in that system that have no connection to the school yet. Additionally, as was stated by this body at the last meeting, there's a lot of children who are being sent out of the Lake Havasu area in DCS custody. So with that comes that parent's no longer connected to the school district. So I don't think it's a duplication. I think it just adds value to what you're offering the community. And as to the services being in Mojave County, as we stressed last time, these funds are only intended for, and will only be used by my kid for parents and families in this community within the city limits of Lake Havasu City. And we understand the parameters of the grant, just as the other applicants do, and that will only be used within the city of Lake Havasu.
I have a question. What percent of the children served by my kid are between 0 and 5 years old?
I don't have an answer to that question right now. I can get that for you, but I can tell you that we serve system-wide, we serve 1,400 kids. We serve 44, as of this morning, 44 families in the Lake Havasu City area. So that's the numbers I can give you with that. And I'll be happy to get those back to you.
Sorry.
All right. Are there any other questions from the coalition?
No.
No, thank you.
And I would just like to express, I really appreciate the information and that your response to many of the questions that came up at our last meeting. And I do appreciate that you were including your data, or you're proposing to serve families and not just individual children. So I think that it's really important for the coalition to see that it would probably most likely not just be one child that's affected, but multiple children in
Correct.
these 52 families that will be served.
And I think with the train the trainer, that not only are we going to be serving those kids, we're going to increase the capacity for the entire community and other agencies to serve those as well. So,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does the coalition, would you like to just go line by line for each of these grants, or would you like to try and talk about all of them before we go?
I don't think we need to.
Okay.
I don't see a need to talk about each one. I think we're pretty familiar with them by this point.
Okay. Okay. So the proposal on the table is for mentally ill kids in distress in the amount of $130,168. If we go to the second proposal, which still keeps us underneath the $1 million full allocation for the funding, we go to Impact 928 Incorporated in the amount of $141,000.
Correct.
Are there any questions or concerns from the coalition? Is there a member from is there a representative from Impact 928 who would like to address the council, the coalition? It's fully up to you. No? Okay. Okay, thank you.
I just want to thank Impact 928 because they reduced their proposal almost in half. That is a great giving so that we can allow someone else to be served on this behalf. I wish we could serve everyone, but your contribution to that is very much appreciated.
Thank you.
I agree.
Okay. So if the coalition chooses to recommend to the city council both of these grants in their full amount, that reserves a total of $40,239. The next in line on the grant application process is Child and Family Resources, whose original request, their revised budget submitted is for the amount of $218,064. Is there any thoughts on how we would like to proceed with the remaining balance of the $40,239?
I think that if there's a representative here from Child and Family Resources, I know that that's way below what they had initially requested, but I'm hoping that even 40,000 could benefit them in some way.
Absolutely. Good morning. My name is Jo Harper. I'm with Child and Family Resources. I'm the Healthy Families Program Director. Yes, that would absolutely make an impact. Our goal really was to be the liaison between the need and the funds. And so our goal is not to sustain the need. Our goal is to provide emergent funds for families who are finding themselves in need, while providing the resources and referrals needed so that they can become a more resilient family.
Okay. Are there any questions about that? No? Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Do we need a motion?
Yes, if you'd like to make a motion.
I make a motion.
But
Oh, sorry.
before you go there, I mean, you got to open up the public hearing.
Oh,
So-
thank you.
Okay.
Open up the public
Sorry.
hearing. Yep.
Okay, thank you. We'd like to open up for public hearing. Any comments from the public that would like to come to the microphone? Now would be the time.
Good morning. My name is Marilyn Thompson, and I am here on behalf of Have Adopt Children's Christmas Project. We are a gift-giving program for local Lake Havasu City children in need during the holidays. We serve children birth to 18 years old. Have Adopt was granted 501c3 nonprofit status in May of 2022. So we are still in our infancy as we navigate through our first year. We are proud to say our organization is a volunteer-only based program with not one person being compensated for their work or services. Additionally, our overhead is extremely small, utilizing our personal homes, our personal computers, our personal cars, etc., to conduct business. Our goal for our first season was to provide 100 local children gifting them each with a new outfit, which would include a pair of pants or shorts, a shirt or top, a pair of shoes, socks, plus a pair of pajamas, as well as a gift or two from the child's wish list. We not only met our goal, but we exceeded it to include a total of 123 local Lake Havasu City children representing 53 families. The average number of gifts all of these children received was about 12 to 15. We can proudly say our first season was a success, but it was also bittersweet. While we are so happy to help make one day out of 365 days in the year magical and bright for that many children, it's also very sad to think that we have that many struggling families in our small community. Have Adopt was only able to succeed this past season because of the many community members who stepped up to sponsor a child or make a donation or volunteer to wrap all of these hundreds of gifts for our youngest residents. But I'm not only here today for Have Adopt, I'm here on behalf of the small, independent, mom and pop type local community organizations that have a passion to help our small community thrive, grow, and fill a need in whatever way our hearts lead us. Most of us are not public speakers, as you can see I'm reading from my phone, nor are we professional grant writers. That's most likely why we are at the bottom tier of consideration of this grant money. We are just people helping people because we see a need, and that's what we do. Each and every one of the organizations that have applied and others who did not apply are an equally important component in our small community. We applaud all of them. So I'm asking you, please do not discount us or the other lower level applicants, as we need the support as much as the larger nonprofits. Sit down and talk to us. Go out to the BMX facility and see what they are doing. Come wrap gifts with us. Find out who all of these organizations are and what we do on a personal level. And we respectfully ask that the committee not make it so formal. We're just people helping people. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Lisa Turner. I'm with the Heidi Edwards Cooking for Cancer Foundation. We are also a 501c3. We are also 100% volunteer group. We provide a service to this community that we feel is not only a great need, but we've been doing this for over 10 years. We started out with a idea that was Heidi Edwards herself, who was a young lady that was battling brain cancer. She saw a need as soon as her family went through what they went through as far as trying to meet the needs that insurance companies do not pay: rents, mortgages, food, gas for travel, that sort of thing. So she put this together. Over the 10 years, we have helped on an average of probably, I don't know,
30 families.
about 23 to 30 families a year. That number is growing immensely, especially we had a hard time, I guess, really emphasizing to the doctors and some of the families that this is a free service. We average about $2,500 per family. We pay rents, we pay mortgages, we make car payments, we pay utilities. It is a true social service to these families that are losing income because of their illness. One family member's too sick to go to work. The other family member many times has to take off of work in order to care for this other person. So we are filling that need, and like I said, now, just this week alone, we had 5 families apply. We've sustained this for about 10 years just through our fundraisers, but the help of this coalition would be huge in us maintaining and carrying this forward for many years to come and helping far more families than what we're helping now, especially with the growing need and I guess with them understanding that we are available and we're here to help. So we ask that you please reconsider. We did resubmit a budget, and that you would take a good look at that and see that what we're doing and how we help this community. So we appreciate our time today. Thank you very much for hearing us. Thank you.
I just have 2 points I'd like to add to that. Our numbers...
I'm sorry, can you state your name for the record,
I'm sorry.
please?
My name is Phyllis Rathburn, and I'm with the Heidi Edwards Cooking for Cancer as well. Our numbers have grown, but our biggest stumbling block is not knowing who the cancer patients are. So we rely on either referrals from doctors, which is rather difficult, honestly. The cancer, where they go for treatments, they do hand out our packets and give them the information to come to us. So we take out ads in the magazine trying to get it out there that we are here to help people with cancer. We try to get out there in the community and do things to get our name known. So that's a big hurdle that we need to get, because the more people that come to us, the more that we could help, and we're out there. We also are in conjunction with other communities, people like Denise's Day. We refer to each other because we can fill out $2,500 of their bills, but they may come back to us a month later and we can't assist them. We'll refer them out to other people. So we're trying to connect to all the different things. United Way has referred people to us. Christine here has referred people to us. So we're trying to make a little community of reaching out and helping. We help with the cancer and families with cancer. And so that's how we're trying to fill in the gap of people that are struggling in this city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Coalition members. My name is Jillian Usher, and I'm the Executive Director for the Lake Havasu Museum of History, the Lake Havasu City Historical Society and Museum. And I just wanted to come up and say thank you for taking time to review our revised budget. We really appreciate that. We are currently a staff of 1. And we, on top of the educational programs and education exhibits that we provide, we are also the sole repository of historical information for the city of Lake Havasu. So any historical information, whether it's business, Robert McCulloch, photos, the London Bridge, we hold those items. And so I would just like to say that on top of the educational programs we provide, that is a huge resource that we provide the city as well, though that's not what our budget is referring to. However, I also would like to say, as there is only 3 other organizations left on the list for funding, that we are willing to cut down our budget even more to a $10,000 range in order to have the rest of the funds distributed evenly among the other groups. I can't speak for the other groups if they'd be willing to do that as well, but for us, if that meant that we were able to get a portion of that funding, we would be very grateful. And currently, the $40,000 that we have outlined would encompass our full budget. We are a very, very short budget for what we do and provide for the community. And so I would just like to offer that we are willing to reduce even farther, because $10,000 for us would be very significant for our organization. We are, like I said, a single staff member, and we have no continuous funding. We only run on the donations from families, local business owners, and of course, community members like you. And what we provide too with our educational programs is not a human service in that we are giving resources to families, but what we are giving them is a safe space where parents can come for free and give their children an education and have fun with families. There's not many places in town you can go for free and have an experience and make memories for your children. And for the low-income families of Havasu, that is very sacred and important. So we want to continue to provide that for our families. We do not charge admission for families to come in. We don't charge admission for anyone to come in. And so in order to maintain that, we would very appreciate this funding. So thank you very much.
Joe Harper, Child and Family Resource, and I wanted to piggyback on what she just said, that our agency too would be willing to share. Like I said, our goal is to just be the liaison between the funds and those in need. And, you know, with less money, maybe it was just our program participants with the Healthy Families program that could benefit, but we too would be willing to definitely take less to spread it around. And so just wanted to put that out there. And I also wanted to share that I've never been through anything like this before, and it's a little nerve-wracking, but it's been a wonderful experience. I've learned so much about other service providers, and I wish that everyone in this room could have all the money they needed to do the work that they do. We're truly a blessed community. So, thank you.
My name is Debbie Pennington with River Cities United Way. This isn't really totally addressing the board or the council. I just wanted to address all of you guys. I want to get together. I believe in all your programs. I believe in everything that each and every one of you do and what you bring to the community.
You do have to, you can make your comments,
Okay.
however, but you do have to address the council.
I just want you to all know that March 13th from 1 to 3, I would like all of you to come and bring what your needs are, what your financial goals are for the year, and let's see how we can help each other move forward, because it's not just going to be this funding, it's going to be more funding that we're going to need throughout the year. So let's work together and let's make it happen. Let's make a difference this year.
I'm running. Take your time.
Hi, my name is Karen Woodrum, and I am a volunteer at the Veterans United of Arizona. I just have a question. Out of all these organizations, which ones really do help, like the transitional homes for our veterans to get our veterans off the streets, our homelessness? I know her organization helps all the time. She's always, referring our organization, and we're always helping each other. But out of all these other organizations, which ones are really helping our homeless veterans to try to get them off the streets, get them into a home for 3 months? They don't have to worry about rent, utilities, and they get a job and start, helping their family. Out of all this money, which organizations are really doing this? Also transporting our veterans to their doctor's appointments. What organizations are doing that? Because I know our volunteers, they use their own vehicles. We do have one vehicle, a van, that we just got, and we've been getting calls after calls. My husband, he just got done doing that from Parker, picking them up at Parker yesterday, a couple, and brought them over here to Havasu and back. So I'm just asking, what organizations are really doing this for our homelessness? Because we have a lot of homeless veterans, and I appreciate all you that are, trying to lower your budget to help the others. But I'm hoping you guys decide, that the other organizations that really need it, we would be happy for even a couple thousand, to help our veterans, because we don't ask them, we need gas money. No, the organization does all of that. So any little will help. And that's all I just got to say. But can you answer that question for me?
Okay, sorry, we can't address any.
They could answer, but if they don't have a response for you, they're not required to answer your question. But you've made your point.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Frankie Lyons. Thank you guys for being here and the horrendous job that you have to do. You're going to have good guys and bad guys. In my personal opinion, you guys are good guys for even stepping up to do this. It was a heck of a chore. And what Karen was saying, that a lot of we kind of quiet with our group, but we do provide free transportation to our vets if they have to go to Vegas, or we bring them up from Parker. But what we were looking for was just a transportation vehicle so we can get a wheelchair and a electric scooter in there, and that was it. It was a one-time purchase. It would be an asset to our vets because most of their appointments are at 8 o'clock in the morning, and Havasu services don't run until a little bit after that. And it's hard for them to get there and get back. So a lot of the veterans don't go. Our primary thing originally coming into this town was going out into the desert and finding our vets and bringing them in and trying to get them reestablished to where they could be prominent people and help themselves through that. Most of these organizations out here I work with, they call me, I call them. It's a network that we built on our own, and I hope through distribution of funds and stuff that we can bring a bigger, stronger community here to this city. Thank you for your time.
Okay, do we have anyone else who would like to address the coalition?
My name is Christine Watson, and I'm with the Clothes Closet, the New Havasu Hope. I just want to encourage all the people out in the audience, maybe come to a city council meeting and encourage our council members to maybe free up some more money for us and keep this coalition going. And I think our whole community needs this to help our community. And that's all.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the coalition at this time? Okay, we are going to close the public hearing portion of the coalition of this meeting, and I'd like to bring it back to coalition members and see if there's any discussion.
I would just like to say that from the beginning, we wished that our hope was that we could give money to every organization that applied, and we knew that wasn't possible. And the hardest part of this scoring process has been to take the emotion out of it. we're familiar with more than one group in our community. And it was very difficult to score on a rubric and to follow the guidelines that we created. But also, when this was first discussed with the city council, the original amount of money recommended was $2 million. And I would hope that all of you who we cannot provide funding for will try to push the city council to allocate that second $1 million to nonprofits in our community. Thank you. Thank you all for your participation.
Any other comments? Member Mann, anything that you would like to? I just want to make sure that we want you to know that we know that you're still on the phone.
Thank you. No, I mean, this is very heartfelt. I wish we could give everybody money. I do appreciate Debbie Pennington talking about that, because there are some of these larger organizations that's what they're set up for, and that they can benefit the others. It's just, been a lot of hard choices. So thank you for understanding, guys. We're trying.
Thank you. Okay.
Ready for a recommendation? May we make the motion? All right. I make a motion that the coalition takes the additional money not allocated as of our last meeting, total of $344,000, to fund My Kid for $130,168, to fund Impact 928 with $141,000, and to fund Child and Family Resources with the remaining $40,239. That would bring the total allocated to exactly $1 million.
Go ahead and second that motion.
We have a first and a second. Can we go to vote, please?
Okay. Donald Klostermeyer,
Yes.
Kristen Mann,
Yes.
Barbara Smith,
Yes.
Leslie Denny,
Agree.
Vijay Suri.
Disagree.
Motion carries 4-1.
All right. Agenda item number 8, future meeting dates and times. Being that we've allocated the $1 million and have the recommendation to the city council, are there any future meeting dates and times that we need to plan for?
At this time, we don't anticipate any future dates for a meeting. However, we'll let the recommendation go to city council, and if for any reason they send it back to the coalition, then we will get in contact with you to schedule a future meeting.
Thank you. Okay, agenda item number 9, future discussion items. Nothing. Okay. Agenda item number 10, we will adjourn at 10:35. Thank you.